Welcome to Quarantine Conservation Series. I'm here today with Miss
Josie
and Mr. Lane, and we're here talking about what all week? Talking about soils, right? Soils. We were learning about soils. So I'm Holly McCutcheon from Warwick County Soil and Water Conservation District, and this week we're learning all about soil and why it's so important. So today what we have something that mimics what happens on our soil when it rains. First of all, did you guys know, do you think crops use a lot of water to grow? Mm-hmm. Yeah. How many gallons of water do you think it takes to produce 1 ear of corn? 1 ear of corn. Do you like to eat corn on the cob? Yeah? Like that? Is that how you eat it, Miss Josie? Do you know how much water? Guess. Just guess. How much water do you think it takes?
20 gallons.
20 gallons? You're close. It's a barrel, so it's about 50 gallons of water to make 1 ear of corn. I know, that's a lot, isn't it? Okay, so today we are going to demo what happens when it rains, when we have nice soil that is covered, because we like cover soil. This, we call it, looks like it has hair, doesn't it, Josie?
Yeah.
Does it look like it has hair on it? We like hairy soil because that means it's covered and protected. And then here's bare soil or bald soil. Does that look like a bald head? Yeah. So we're going to find out what happens with that. So when we do science, we want to be exact, right? And we only want to change one factor. So we're putting the exact same amount of water on it. That's one of our variables. We have the containers are the same size. So what's one thing we're changing different? Can you tell me what's different? What's going to be different here? What's our experiment?
This one's gonna maybe have more.
Okay, so it doesn't have any grasses on it, right? So that's our experiment. What happens? And so you say the hypothesis. What do you think is going to happen if we put water on this?
That this one will have
More runoff? You think?
Yes.
Runoff, dirt maybe? Do you think dirt
Yes.
too? Or soil? We can also say dirt, are we? Right? So our hypothesis is that when it rains, this one will have more runoff, more water, right? And then this one won't. Do you guys agree with that? So that's our hypothesis. Our experiment is having covered soil and having uncovered soil. Okay, make it rain. Make it rain for me. Make it rain, make it rain. This time let's see if I can do it without spilling. Keep rain, keep on, it's raining, raining, raining. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Okay, now, wow. Goodness gracious, what's happening here, guys? It's still raining. Oh, watch out, Miss Josie, this one's leaking.
there's water.
There is a lot of water. Okay, so Lane, tell me one thing you noticed between these two buckets up front.
That one's dirty and that one's not.
This one is dirty, that one's not. Do you agree with that? What about the amount of water, Josie? What's the difference between these two? You come over here if you need to. I know it's a little wet, sorry. Come on over. Which one has more water in it between the two of them? That one has more water, okay, and that one doesn't. So why do you think this one is so dirty, Lane?
Because that's bald and there's dirt in it, so it makes it the dirty water.
Yeah, nothing's like here. It has roots to hold the soil, right? Holds the soil in place, but here it doesn't have any roots. So watch out, sweetie, don't do that right now. So it all does that. Now look underneath here, guys. What's the difference between the two of these in the big containers? Which one has the most water between these two? Does Josie's or Lane's have the most water in these two? Watch out. Let me get this out of the way for you.
Mine.
Yours in the bottom? This big one has more water, or does Miss Josie's? Josie, tell me. Who has more water? Look at these.
Josie.
Josie's does. So remember we talked about that the more organic matter we had in our soil, the more it holds the water. Remember we talked about it can hold the water. So this one has more living roots, right? So it holds the water in its column, and look how much water is available for this grass later on. This one, when we don't use cover crops, oh my goodness, when the farmer finally plants his corn or his soybeans, is it going to have much water to pull up? No, right? But this one, if the farmer plants, if he plants into this grain crop here, will he have a lot of water then when it dries out this summer to pull up? Yes. So which one do you think is going to be better for the farmer as far as getting crops? This one, because look, he lost a bunch of his good soil when he did this, didn't he? All that good soil runs off the field. It ends up in creeks and rivers. And what did we talk about last week? Do we want soil in our river and creeks? No. Okay. So we hope this made sense to you guys of why it's important to keep soil in place with covered material, right? We want hairy soil always. Is that right, Josie? So our challenge this week is when it rains this week, go outside with an umbrella, and Mom says it's okay, and see if you can find two areas, one that's got hairy soil, one that's a bald soil, and see if you notice a difference in the water with the soil runoff. From all of us here at Conservation Quarantine, we're gonna say bye. Can you guys tell bye? Bye.